This is the 2-minute clip that started it all.
I've tried to beat you up every day. That's what I do well. That move ain't fast enough. And you guys kept coming back. That's all I got to say to you. You will have a job. But remember, you got to work. You got to make the boss happy. Cole, is that good, Captain? Yes, sir.
Jessica, it's your birthday, so we gon' party. We going to the crib and we getting hearty. We gon' eat some real good meat. I hope you have fun on your 17th.
Yeah, we got the harvesting there for Green Farm. Got potatoes and collard greens too. We about to go back to the hood and cook them though with some neck bones and some chicken bones. Yeah. 17 of them. No, I'm done.
Oh, he wants
These guys, how they approach the farming and how they do it. They know whose farm this is. Ain't no way I can take this with me. When they put my little old body in the casket, what I'm gonna do? Take all this and put it in there with me? No, it's theirs.
In August 2009, we visited Flint and we met karate masters Jackie and Dora King for the first time. And I remember that day because they were being interviewed by an Associated Press reporter, and their story was published in many news outlets throughout the country. So Troy, the editing genius he is, put together this 2-minute clip. It was then posted on the GreatLakesEcho.org website, and one of the members of its website happened to be that Associated Press reporter. So he called us, and a few days later, this story about our documentary was published in the Chicago Tribune, the Detroit News, National Public Radio, and many other news outlets throughout the country. And then Troy and I looked at each other and we said, the word is out. We need to do this documentary. So we received some startup funds from Michigan State University, but we needed more funding. And we asked the Ruth Mott Foundation for that funding. And they said no. But I was bummed, but we had invested already so much time in this documentary. We brought our 13 students from Michigan State University down to Flint, and we had spent hours editing, interviewing people, and we said we are sticking with this project because we believe in the Kings. And we believe that urban agriculture is a means of economic revitalization for Flint. And Flint happens to be my hometown. And in many ways, this is a journey back for me. It's a journey back to my roots. And Troy and I believed also in the power of documentary. And we saw this as our opportunity to change the Roger and me narrative. So we said to ourselves, let's keep going. And I think the Ruth Mott Foundation saw that we were devoted to this project. And they decided to provide us with funding earlier this year. And Troy is going to tell you about the many things that we'll be able to do with this funding. Troy?
I'm going to do this very quickly because I want to get these guys up here because they're the reason we made the documentary. The funding allowed this 2-minute version to become an 8-minute version that screened at the Flint Film Festival last weekend. And that 8-minute version has become a 13-minute version now that's going to screen tonight at the Michigan State University School of Journalism 100th anniversary. The next step on this project is we're going to get some flip cams, HD flip cams, and we're going to get them out into the hands of these urban farmers, including the Kings, who are hearing about this for the first time right now. And we're hoping that that footage is going to become part of our half an hour-long documentary. Those documentaries are going to air on PBS stations throughout the country. We're hoping with this that we're going to be able to inspire other cities that are having similar economic problems to be able to use Flint as an example of what to do. Now I'd like to introduce the Ruth Mott Foundation Program Directors, Stephen Arellano and Erin Caudell, along with Jackie and Dora King. And we have a short little music video here to show you about some of the things that they do.
And this our city, it's our town, and this is how we're gonna turn it around. Plant the seeds and watch it grow for our community and economy, our destiny and family.
Me and Cream, we all about our green. Yeah. We love making money and we love raking leaves. You might catch us picking weeds just to keep our farm clean. Thanks Mr. and Mrs. King for the opportunity. Yeah. All our food healthy and tasted, I promise. Go buy it at Farmer's Market and it's worth every dollar. And when you go there, please check out our store. Them juicy tomatoes, I have you coming back for more. But wait, ain't a flake cause I can't read my rake. I was taught how to use it. Ki-I karate, my hoe sharper than a thorn, tighter than a ball of yarn. But I don't mean no harm, just wanna work on my farm. We more than just workers, we all best friends. We own our own farms, if we all had the chance, that's the plan. I said every word I meant, and shout out to MSU, cause we all Kings of Flint.
It's our city, it's our town, and this is how we're gonna turn it around. Plant the seeds and watch it grow for our community and economy, our destiny and family.
I'm 16 and got a job in the reception, absolutely, yeah. I got some blessings, working on the farm, no need for alarm to the environment, yeah, we do no harm. It's the way of the future, an urban farm. Some of us in karate, twisting people's arms. We harvest earth and plants too, we give birth, making the world a better place. We gotta start small, but in the end, we gon' change it all. Yeah, we steady busting some blight, it's our world, and we ain't giving it up without a fight. So the ones selling drugs in the hood, go fly a kite, cause the kings coming with a new kind of light in our future, yeah, it's sure shining bright. Yeah, I hurt, cause I know while I'm out in the shed working with my hammer, my kids out selling rocks, getting thrown in the slammer jacks.
It's our town, and this is how we're gonna turn it around. Plant the seeds and watch it grow for our community and economy, our destiny and family.
When I'm out there on the farm, I carry a couple of tools. I ain't talking about guns, just a shovel or two. It's a couple young dudes trying to make us some moves. I ain't talking about chess, but it's a king in the room. Only 17 could be out there selling that weed, but I got this J.O.B. trying to make me some green. Got a black belt just at a 2nd degree, but when I spit, it burns at a 3rd degree. It hurts from the sea, all the tragedies in Genesee County. So I met a man with a plan called urban farming. Bunch of young kids doing something positive, giving all we got to give for future generations. His name Master King, no it ain't a plantation. All it takes is a dream, just look at Jackie King. Harvest the earth, planting and growing seeds. You see our green shirts, the bright buses on the scene.
Our city, it's our town, it's our town, and this is how we're gonna turn it around, yeah. Plant the seeds, and watch it grow for our community and economy, our destiny and family. This is our city, it's our town, it's our town, and this is how we're gonna turn it around, yeah. Plant the seeds, and watch it grow for our community and economy, our destiny and family, yeah.
In cities like Flint, race and income divide how you access your food. And if you don't have transportation, your most likely place to buy food is one of the 52 liquor and convenience stores located in our city. And with white flight, all the chain grocery stores left our community. If you want to access organic food, you have to grow it yourself on one of the 12,000 vacant lots in our community. Our current food system is full of hidden faces. We don't often see who grows, picks, processes, and cooks our food. So as a community, what we want to challenge you is to help us put names and faces to those people. People like Jackie and Dora King and the kids you saw here today. The young people, the entrepreneurs, the growers, communities of color, and all of the eaters of Flint.
So adding to that, you know, I really just want to make a point about the crisis that we have in American culture right now, and that is understanding the connection between our prosperity and the suffering of other people. And Flint, Michigan is a perfect example of a place that has had great prosperity, and as a result now where we stand with toxified, abandoned neighborhoods. We have the faces of young people with type 2 diabetes. We have a population that's increasingly obese and malnourished at the same time. And so where do we start with that? And Jackie and Dora King, as courageous visionaries who are simultaneously reclaiming the land, reclaiming their community, and doing it through the production of food. So I'm going to pass it on to them.
Thanks. Good morning. We feel very privileged to be here, and we thank you very much for inviting us. The Harvesting Earth Educational Farm is a project of Youth Karateka Association. A lot of folks asked us about the connection between martial arts and producing food, and to us it's just another connection to our self-defense. We may be able to be lucky enough to go through our entire lives and not have to kick or punch someone off of us, but we have to eat every day. So what are we putting in our bodies? What are we putting in the bodies of our families, of our children, of our next generation? And this Harvesting Earth Educational Farm has allowed us an opportunity to pass this information on to our next generation, to make them understand where is their food coming from, what's put on it, how can we develop our own neighborhood centered around this food idea, or like we said, local food. And the idea is that we have to be responsible for ourselves, for our families, our community, and ultimately our earth. And all of this we're hoping to be able to pass on as seeds and to grow into our next generation. And we enjoy the opportunity to do so, and it's a lot of fun to do it, but I think it's very important work in order for us to be able to have a bright future for Flint and for all over our earth.
My name is Jackie King. I'm one of the founders of Harvesting Earth Farm and Youth Karateka Association. The word karateka is a person that studied karate. We went out with the kids and got them to do the karate for the discipline part, but we're telling our kids now in Michigan, and especially here in the Flint, Detroit area, we're sitting on a gold mine. We know it. A lot of people have left town, which we were glad they're gone, and now no, we have opportunity of a lifetime now, and if good people like C.S. Mott and those guys were here now, they would be able to tell us the direction to go in. So right now we're in Flint and we're really changing things, and we're glad you guys are here. But like I said, we're sitting on a gold mine. Our kids have opportunity, might not be able to get the 40 acres and a mule, but we'll take the 0.4 acres and a bicycle and see if we can make this thing work down here. Okay, I'm gonna let my wife do that.
Okay, well, the idea of urban self-defense to us is the fact that we, like we said, we have all this opportunity and all this vacant land. Why not reinvent ourselves? And the idea that we have the power to be whoever it is that we want to be. GM was good to us while GM was here, but GM left a mess when it up and left, and it left us very vulnerable. And like Jackie said, a lot of folks left, but those were the people that gave up on themselves and the idea that we can recreate our community and ourselves. The urban self-defense comes into play for us. Jackie and I homestead our area. Our home sits directly behind our business, which sits directly across the street from our greenhouse site at Harvesting Earth Educational Farm. And so we see that as a part of our urban self-defense, is that first of all, we're staking a claim. We're not going anywhere. There's silly, a lot of folks say, well, did you have trouble getting your greenhouse up? And I know some people have with their ordinances and stuff, but we were lucky enough to be in an area that allowed us to express ourselves and to come up with innovative ideas and to have the greenhouse, and because of that, be able to defend our neighborhoods. Once we put up and started cleaning up our area, we saw immediately changes in our neighborhood. Folks were sitting on their porches and they were coming out and talking to one another. they were mowing their lawns and trimming, planting flowers, and it's that kind of a good cancer, if you will, that will spread throughout our land if we allow it to.
And in closing, I would just like to say that we know that we're going to reinvent ourselves here in the area. And like I said, we've traveled around the world studying the food system. We're teaching our kids to occupy their own space and to have hope. We don't want our children to grow up in our neighborhoods and automatically want to move away from their parents. And that's what we're running into a lot of our seniors sitting there by themselves because the kids can't get a job. And of course they have to leave here. So we're in the creation process. I teach karate for a living, but I found out people don't have to have that, but they have to eat. So we switched up and went into the food business. So it works, but at the same time, the kids get to grow their own food. They make their money. This is a paying job. They take the money. We're teaching them to invest that money back into the community instead of spending it on a pair of tennis shoes right away. Invest in a tennis shoe company. Have fun watching other kids wear those tennis shoes. And this is what we're trying to do, is get the hope back and give young people the hope to say, yeah, I want to stay here in Flint and make this the place it was and what place it can be. And with the young minds here at Kettering and the other universities, us older guys, we're going to basically have to turn it over and get out of their way a little bit and stop being what we call four-laners, that where we telling the kids you have to slow down because, you know, we don't want you to pass us. Well, let's get out of the way and let these young folks have this for a while, see what we can come up with.